The winter wind bit into my face the second I stepped outside. It was the only thing that snapped me out of it. So this was what betrayal felt like, a pain that cut all the way to the bone. And from the person I loved most. He was the one who had taken my hand and sworn he loved me. He was the one who had promised he'd never leave, not when I was at my loneliest and most helpless. When his arms had wrapped around me, I'd felt so safe, so happy, like nothing in the world could touch us. I had sworn to myself we'd be together forever. And now? All of that was a lie? When it came down to ambition versus love, love didn't stand a chance. I wandered the streets in a daze, letting the freezing wind sting my face raw. Then I stopped. The grief cracked open, and underneath it was something harder, something cold and clear. Alaric had thrown me away for the advantages Vivian could offer him. What he didn't know was that Vivian was nothing more than an illegitimate daughter with no real standing. I, on the other hand, was the daughter of one of the most powerful alphas on the continent. If I hadn't been so reckless, he'd never have been good enough to stand in the same room as me. A wave of regret hit me. I had resented my parents for arranging my future without asking, but they had loved me all along. If I hadn't been so stubborn, I never would have ended up with someone like Alaric. I never would have ended up here. I wiped my tears and swore I would never cry over someone so worthless again. I pulled out my phone, opened my blocked contacts, and found the number I hadn't looked at in years. My chest ached. When the call connected, I steadied my voice. Dad, it's me. His voice cracked the moment he heard mine. I took a deep breath. The arranged mating you mentioned, I agree. Yeah, I've made up my mind. I'll come home in a few days. After hanging up, I booked my flight immediately. For the first time in a long while, the noise in my head went quiet. But there was one last thing I had to do, submit my formal request to leave the pack. As I passed the Alpha's office, I froze. Soft sounds were coming from behind the half-open door. Through the gap, I could see Vivian draped across Alaric's lap, her face flushed, the two of them all over each other right there in the Alpha's office. The Alpha hadn't even been chosen yet, and Alaric was already acting like the place was his. I wanted to turn and leave, but I had to get this paperwork done today. After a moment's hesitation, I pushed the door open. The instant Alaric saw me, panic flashed across his face. He shot to his feet. It's not, Sophie, it's not what you think. I didn't acknowledge what I'd seen. Stone-faced, I placed the application on the desk. This is my formal request to leave the pack. Alaric straightened his collar and forced himself to sit back down. Give it here. My father said I'm in charge of all pack affairs while he's away. Vivian nestled into Alaric's arms and shot me a smug look. Sophie, you're really leaving? I'll miss you so much when you're gone. I gave her one cold glance. Stay out of it. That single sentence, somehow, made Vivian's eyes well up. Sophie, I'm sorry. I was just worried about you. I didn't mean to. Her voice broke into a choked sob. Beside her, Alaric's expression hardened as he turned on me. Sophie, since when are you this petty? Vivian was just showing she cared, and you bite her head off? I'm really disappointed in you. Vivian tugged at Alaric's sleeve, her lip trembling. It's fine. I know Sophie's never liked me. Maybe I shouldn't have come at all. I'll just go. She stood and headed for the door. Alaric rushed after her, pulled her into his arms, and murmured, you didn't do anything wrong. Don't blame yourself. If she doesn't like you, that's her problem. Then he turned back to me, his voice flat and cold. Your paperwork's signed. If there's nothing else, you